All right, welcome back. We're still here with Rubbin Minds, and we're still talking the Future Awards. And I have here with me someone who's going to be involved with the awards on Sunday. She's going to be a part of the red carpet team, the Glam Squad. And she's sort of my colleague on the other side.
Yes, that's why I'm cheating so hard. Hi, Ebuka. How are you?
Did you ever know this moment will come?
No, but I hoped
Because you know, I
inside
have
of my
all your
heart.
inside jokes, all your inside secrets.
Yes, I know, Ebuka.
And I'm going to now, you know.
Which is the reason why I'm giving you this look, like, you know, make sure
There's life after this moment.
Exactly.
Don't ruin everything.
Exactly.
How's it going? How's it been for you?
I'm doing really well. I'm really excited just to be doing the work that I do. I absolutely love my job. And, you know, I'm so excited in this time of TV. I feel like there's so much that's happening in the media world, and there's so many different opportunities. And I'm just so glad that I get to be part of those different opportunities.
Great stuff. I mean, Bolanle Olukanni, I opened the papers, you're like, in every single one I open these days, you are, no, seriously, you are one of the IT girls. That's what they're called, right?
Okay.
Was this a conscious effort for you to do that, or did you think it just happened? You
know, I think it's really interesting because when I first started working as a TV presenter, I wasn't expecting my career to kind of just progress as fast as it did. And I'm just really blessed and lucky that I've been at the right places, sometimes at the right times. And I've just had the opportunity to kind of push outside of just being part of one program. So, you know, doing Moments with Mo, and then also having the opportunity to do Project Fame. And for me, it's so good to be part of two different shows, two different platforms that, you know, have different target audience, different demographics. And maybe because of that, you know, and of course there's also the PR team that's helping you plug yourself here and there. But I'm just hoping to bring a different voice to the media industry.
A lot of people have no idea about Bolanle up until, wow, we saw her on Mo Search.
What was it like?
Of course, we are going to talk about Mo Search. Where were you? What was your life about until that point? Was there TV, anything happening? Where did this come from?
Which is why my first Mo Search audition was horrible. There wasn't any TV. I went to school. I did my university in America. I did secondary school and primary school here, and also in Kenya and Israel, because my dad works for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And you know, after university, I decided to come back to Nigeria because it was really important that I was part of the development in Nigeria, and I wanted to make sure that in whatever way or capacity I could contribute to where Nigeria is going. And I did NYSC. I lived in Ekiti for a whole year, and that was an amazing experience. But it was
interesting, amazing. NYSC.
You know, I was really lucky and blessed to work with an amazing boss, and I worked at an NGO.
Okay.
And it was hard though because I've always been doing development work. Even when I was in university, I always worked at NGOs and I did community service. And I got to the point where I was just like, I know I have another talent. I know I'm very much interested in journalism and being part of the media industry. And I was just like, let me just go for it. And I auditioned for Mo Search after NYSC. And yeah, I was chosen alongside Dolapo Oni, of course.
Let's talk about Mo Search now, which you were sort of embarrassed about.
I put my head down.
It was an entire season. It was a lot of fun to watch. I hope they do reruns again very soon. What made you go for it? Since you had no TV experience, why would you go for something if you're not in the media at all? Why would you think you would get it?
You know what's interesting is I feel like in life sometimes when you have a specific talent or skill, you come back around to it all the time. Ever since I was a child, I've always loved doing public appearances. I've always loved giving public speeches. I've always had a passion to connect with people, and I'm always curious about people, especially with my childhood growing up and moving around. I was able to make friends really easily. So for me, it was something that I didn't really hesitate. Everything in me was preparing for Mo Search. I remember when I first heard about Ebony Life TV, and I was just like, I want to be part of that. Like, my mind just clicked instantly, and I did everything I had to do to prepare to make sure that I was going to be able to go for Mo Search. So, you know, I bought all the outfits, I did all the research, I wanted to be red carpet ready, and I'm the kind of person who, anyone who knows me prior to working on TV, my style of sense, my dress style was very, my mom would say Popeye-ish. I looked like one Aguero just coming from like wherever. Like, I just didn't really care that much about how I looked. But I just was like, I have to look the part. I have to kind of present myself in the part. And I started watching TV and learning from other media personalities all over the world. And yeah, I went into Mo Search. And you know, my first audition, I honestly did not think I was going to win. There were so many talented people out there. And of course, you know, from Mo Search, Ade Layoye and Cynthia Kamalu, who are also on Ebony Life team, were chosen. And it was the kind of thing that when they called my name, I remember just being like,
Really?
What? And I mean, it's just been an amazing journey.
Yeah.
It's been an amazing journey.
Let's talk about that, because I've actually read in a few places, unofficially, and the fact that, oh, she wasn't supposed to be picked. They picked her because they were going for a certain look or a certain type of person. Do you think you had an unfair advantage?
I don't think I had an unfair advantage. I think that every single person there had a chance. Every single person there had the potential. And for me, it's really interesting that you're talking about this. My first audition, Auntie Pamela Ofregbu, who's passed away recently, she was the one that looked at me and she said to me, she said, I see something in you. Your audition is shaky, but I'll give you a chance. And once she said that, I kept that in my head the whole process. And I think everyone there wanted it just as bad as I did. And I think I was just given a chance. I don't know. I can't exactly say why, you know, but it's something that I don't take for granted, and I recognize that, you know, I have to make sure that I do my job well. It's not about being a pretty face or, you know, dressing a certain way. It's about making sure that we entertain people, we teach people about new things, you know, and we're in some way, of course, entertaining.
It's an allegation that is not even just targeted at you. It's targeted at most people who are in media in Nigeria, TV, radio. You know, you have to have an American or a British accent to get anywhere. And as much as most people say, oh, it's not true, it's a lie, you find that across board, 70–80% of people on these platforms talk the way you talk.
Definitely. I mean, but at the same time, look at you, Ibuka. You have, you know, a beautiful Nigerian accent. No, I'm saying you have a beautiful Nigerian accent, and you know, you are on you're on multiple platforms. You know, you are probably one of the leading male media personalities out there.
Oh, thank you.
So, and I'm not washing. You know, you're really good at what you do.
Okay.
And you don't have an American accent, so it's not true. It really is just about being good at what you do. Yeah, that's what I think.
Great stuff. How's it been working with Mo Abudu, Bolanle Olukanni? I mean, it's a very interesting mix of people. Bolanle has been on TV before. She joined you. Mo has this long history on TV as well, and she owns the channel, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, it's Mo. And then you work with her.
How's it been? You know, I remember the first time after I was picked for Mo Search, and my phone rang, and I remember I just was like, bah, bah. And then I pick it up and someone says, I'm like, hi, who's this? And she says, it's Mo Abudu. I remember just being like, oh my gosh, you know. So of course, in the beginning, I was very nervous, I was very uneasy, but at the same time, Auntie Mo has been, we call her Emma actually. Emma has been phenomenal in just kind of easing and guiding us into making sure that we feel comfortable on the couch with her. It's a big deal for someone who has been hosting their own show for 7 years to share that space with two other people who are younger. And she's done that with so much grace. And not only that, it's gotten to the point where
she's hardly there
anymore because she's running a channel. You know, and running a channel is no small feat. So it's been a really good experience. You know, of course, it's had its ups and downs, but I think the chemistry that all three of us have on set, on Moments with Mo, is phenomenal. And I mean, at least that's the feedback I get from you guys who watch. So yeah, it's been a really good experience. And Bolanle is the best co-host.
You guys are pretty close now. You guys just met on the show,
We just met on the show, we did. And Bolanle is the best person to work with. Like, I don't think we've ever had an argument. Maybe we had one, but like, we go hard, we ride, like, we never are conflicting. We're never kind of in a situation where we're like, oh my gosh, get away from me. And we literally spend like 12, 13 hours a day with each other when we're shooting. So yeah, it's been a really good experience.
Great stuff.